Hello, I'm Jonathan from Open5th, and what's on my mind today are additional fields, and more specifically, additional fields in relation to e-resource management. So additional fields have been around for quite some time now, but there's recently been an option to add additional fields specifically for the e-resources management area. And that's useful in all sorts of contexts because although if we have a look at the metadata associated with a license record, it's quite rich. We can associate things like type, status, and these are default fields that come with licenses. There's always a requirement that there's a bit of extra data you want to hold somewhere, somehow. So that's where additional fields come in. If you aren't familiar with additional fields, they live under co-administration, and there's a section down here at the bottom for additional fields. And you can see in the most recent version, we've got e-resource management, and you can see we've got additional fields for agreements, licenses, and packages. So if we just have a look at the packages, for example, we've got a field here marked reviewed, and it's set as a authorized value yes, no option. And just to see how that works, let's just have a look at our local packages and edit the first one of those. And you can see it's just a simple yes, no drop down. Okay, let's have a look at this in the context of licenses specifically. So you can see we've already got some set up here, some of which are yes, no values, and then this one here, terms, which is a free text field. So what I'm going to do is create a specific scenario, one that we get asked from time to time, and that's the ability to be able to record how many licenses you purchase for a specific resource, and then allocate those licenses out to individual users within who have records in Koha, so that we can record actually who is using that license. So I'm going to create two new fields. The first one, I'm just going to call number of licenses. And it's going to be free text, so it doesn't need an authorized value category. It's also non-repeatable and non-searchable. And then I'm going to create a second one called license allocated to. But this one I'm going to make repeatable because I want to be able to allocate this license to more than one person. I'm also going to make it searchable as well. Okay, so those are added. Let's go back to e-resource management, to our licenses, and let's edit this existing one. And you can see here are my additional fields I created previously, but here are the new ones. So the number of licenses we've purchased is 5, and then we can record here who those are allocated to. So one is allocated to me. Let's add a second one. And a third one. And then let's save that record. You can now see that information is in the table here. And the nice thing about this, it's also searchable at this point. So if I know that I want to look for the license associated with a specific person, I can use the search filter here to be able to find that record. So it's a great feature for all sorts of scenarios, but obviously I think that particular scenario is one that comes up fairly regularly. So I think that's quite a useful one. So we hope you find that useful, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.